Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokemon Emerald No Healing in Battle Wedlocke Challenge. In the last episode, we took down the first gym leader of our challenge, being Gym Leader Roxanne, and we earned ourselves the Stone Badge, as you can see there. And we did it, no problems at all, thanks to our Lombre, Stella. Or as a lot of you might see, there is a name on the screen that isn't the same as on the layout. We're gonna try and get that fixed this episode, and I hope I'll be able to. You don't need to beat Brawly to make your way to Slateport, so I'm just gonna go through the entirety of the Granite Cave, and by doing that, I should be able to get Stella, actually named Stella, this episode. So, with that being said, there is a lot for us to do this episode. There is a optional rival battle that is required for me. We have to help Mr. Briny get his Pico back. We gotta explore the Granite Cave, make our way to Dewford. There's so much to do, I'm looking forward to it, and we might even get our starter Basil evolved once and for all, which would be really cool. So we gotta come back up to this guy. He's like, oh, you're that trainer helped me in the Pelberg Woods. Help me! I was robbed by Team Aqua. I have to get the Devon goods back. If I don't, I'm gonna be in serious trouble. So not only do we have to help Mr. Briny, we also have to help this nerd. What did I name him? I don't know. I don't remember what I named him, but it doesn't matter. We already cleared all the trainers here on Route 116, and we already got our encounters here and in the Rustboro tunnel, so I'm not actually gonna go ahead and worry about this route. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray repel. But one thing that I also have to do is I'm gonna fight everybody up here with Cut. So I do have to go ahead and teach Cut to somebody. I'm trying to think who is going to get the least amount of moves. So teaching an HM won't affect. Well, I don't have much of a choice, do I? Twitchy and Basil are the only two that can learn it. I think Twitchy's going to go ahead and have to get the runt there and get Cut. So it sucks because Headbutt's eternally going to be better, but I think we don't need Tail Whip, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Tail Whip for Cut. So Twitchy is branded with HM01 Cut until we get to Lily Cove City. Should he still be here by then, he's going to have Cut until then. I have no way to delete it. I'm not going to ever trade him to delete it. He is branded with Cut until we get to Lily Cove, where the move deleter happens to reside. So I say we go ahead and help Mr. Briny before we deal with those nerds. But we'll definitely fight all the trainers that we can with Cut and get everything that we missed by not being able to use Cut. Just the only thing, I wasted that repel, that's fine. The only thing that I can do with Cut other than that is, in Petalburg Woods, I think there's a Miracle Seed. I think that's it. Also, one cool thing about Generation 3 Cut, I don't know if this is just Fire and Leaf Green. Can you do this? No, I don't want to look at my summary. I know you can do that in Generation 3. You can cut the grass. So, Bianca may not be able to farm, but she can definitely clear up some weeds. Which, you know, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and cut these weeds for the people around here. You know, they're sick of getting grass in their shoes. Especially this guy, his youngster in his shorts. You know, he's probably getting lots of scrapes and bruises running through those tall grasses. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead inside of the Granite Cave, spray up another repel, and then we'll be able to go ahead and help Mr. Briny get Pico back. We'll be able to help get the Devon goods back. There's all kinds of things we're gonna get to do this episode. It's gonna be pretty wild. There's lots of different things to do. It's all very scattered. We've got to help this guy, that guy, go here, go there. All kinds of things. But I think we can go ahead and fight this guy's Puchiana with our boy Basil. So let's get it started. Gah! Key haw, key it all. The hostage Pokemon turned out to be worthless. It's a Wingull! And to think I made a getaway in this tunnel to nowhere for a Wingull. Alright, Team Aqua's my favorite team of all time. They hate Wingull. It's beautiful. That's a lie. It's a water type. They wouldn't hate a Wingull. But you know who would hate a Wingull? Your boy Truly. He's got a Puchiana, so at least he doesn't have a Wingull. It'd be kind of ironic to fight this guy who has a Wingull, who stole a Wingull. It's like, why'd you steal a Wingull? You got one. Do you not love your Wingull anymore or something? I don't understand. Like, I mean, the real question is, why'd you love your Wingull in the first place? I don't understand. But that's fine. You know, he can go ahead and just give me the Wingull back. It's worthless. What makes it worthless? You've had it for how many seconds now? How do you know it's worthless? Are you like Paul from Diamond and Pearl anime where he pulls out his Pokedex and he's like, you don't have any good moves, beat it. And then you release it right away? Honestly, I loved it. Like, Paul was a requirement. We need rivals like that in the anime again, and like, in the Pokemon games, it'd be great. I want a rival who basically says, you suck, fight me. It's great. I like the mean rivals. I don't understand, like, friendly rivals are cool. I love Barry, honestly. And then And Gary's kind of, well, Blue, whatever you want to call him, is, you know, basically pretty friendly as well. He's kind of a jerk, but he's your buddy, you know? It's kind of like me and Derek. We're playing Pokemon together, and he knocks out one of my Pokemon in a little battle. I'm like, oh, well, go screw yourself. You know, we have our little spats. You know, it's a joke. We just have fun together. It's great. Anyways, there's nothing at the end of the cave, just rocks that we cannot smash, unfortunately. So, we're not going to be able to go Twitchy smash on some rocks. I'm not going to make Twitchy the HM slave. Everybody in the comment section already has their pitchforks prepared? Pitchforks prepared? I can't talk, guys. It's literally, like, I was at the vet today. We took our boy Throw to the vet. He's got an ulcer in his eye. He's okay. That's part of the reason that I was having trouble recording the last episode on the day it should have gone up. I couldn't get it done. I was too worried about him. He's fine though. It's just like the tiniest ulcer ever, and if you guys don't know what that means, it's basically he scratched his eyeball. And the vet was saying, technically every time a human misspeaks, they actually have a small seizure. And I never really thought about it like that, but every time I misspeak, your boy Corm's having a seizure, it's interesting how the world works. I didn't know that. You know, it's obviously not a bad seizure. The bad seizures are the types of things that are so bad that they're considered like, you know, like a bad seizure. But I want to fight them. I'm like stalling because I want to fight her with Basil, but Basil's weak. That's fine. I have Absorb. She probably has a grass type though. If it's a Shroomish, I can just switch out. Farley's fine. I just want to fight with Basil because he's so close to evolving. You know, it's just so close. But as I was saying, everybody in the comment section is prepared to lynch me because I'm making fun of Twitchy, and you're not allowed to do it. I don't actually have authority to make fun of him. He's the god, everybody loves him, and if I talk bad in his name, I'm gonna lose lots of subs. Obviously, this is a joke, but I'm not gonna make him the HM slave. If he just so happens to be the Pokemon that's needed to use Rock Smash, he's getting Rock Smash. Like, it's not good in this generation. It wasn't good till Generation 5, and even then it wasn't great. It was just, it was all right, to say the least. And then, you know, it lowers defense, but it's just not a good move. It has like 20 power in Gen 3, I think. It's bad. But we can get like Geodude from it, which is interesting. Anyways, speaking of getting Geodude from it, I forgot to add this to my rules. I completely forgot this was a thing. But the desert area, where you find desert Pokemon, that is actually unable to be reached until after you beat Flannery, but you can actually get a Pokemon on that route by accident by getting a Geodude from the rocks. Those Geodude are forced encounters if I get one, and they do not count by any means. Just so everybody knows that. Yeah, obviously, some people might skip this part, but that is forbidden, and I'll bring it up at some point. I'm not even allowed to get one if I want one. I'll have to get a Geodude by other means if that's what I wanted. They're just not allowed. I think it's stupid that something so much earlier than the desert could completely can a whole bunch of really cool encounters, and that's why it's forbidden. I think Maryland might have done the same thing, or he might not have, and he ended up getting a Geodude, which is part of the reason why I do that. Like, they're completely separate encounters, in my opinion, but I'm just going to completely forbid the Geodude altogether. Anyways, I think Farley's fine to fight this guy as well, even though he's not fully healed. These trainers seem to be fairly weak, and I think he's only going to have a Zigzagoon, which I can easily absorb. The only thing I couldn't absorb is like a grass type, unless it's a Lotad, because then it's part water type. Rich boy Dawson Cole over here has himself a Zigzagoon. No, literally not a single person in the audience is going to get that reference, unless you really like romance movies, which I'm not admitting that, because, you know, it's going to like... I mean, I don't have any cool points left, honestly, so... but I'm just gonna stop talking. Yeah, we got Rich Boy. Was the girl we just fought named Amanda? Because if so, that would be hilarious. But I don't think so. I think it was Lady Dana? I honestly have no idea. I probably should do these trainers after we get to Pokegear, not the Pokegear. What am I doing? The match, the Pokenav. Forgive me. But, yeah, because then I could register everybody, and I'll probably... I don't know. I was considering banning fighting trainers, rematch trainers for training, just because that would give me a chance at a shiny Pokemon, but... I might do some. They don't come up that frequently. I know you can force some, but I'm not going to look into actually how to do that. I know you can force the Gabby and Ty fight, which, you know, that's pretty good training, I believe. I think that's how Maryland trained in his Emerald Nuzlocke for Steven. Anyways, it's just something to bring up. I'll probably come back and get these I'll probably come back and get these numbers, like, off screen or something. I'll probably forget. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Basil's trying to learn Pursuit upon level 16, which there's no reason not to. It's not great in this generation, but it's 40 power special. Our special attack's lowered because we're an adamant nature, but I mean, it's good to have, and Pound is useless when we have Quick Attack, so I'll get rid of Pound. Quick Attack does the same thing, except it's always first, so there's no reason to not have it. There's no reason I wouldn't want to go first, so we're going to go ahead and teach Pursuit over Pound. And with that, that's it for that guy, and since Basil is level 16, it's time for our starter to evolve. Let's just hope that this isn't the only time we're gonna see Basil evolving, because I know all about the middle evolution starter curse, and I really don't want that curse to rear its ugly head again. Alright, with that, Basil is evolving. And with that, our Basil, our Trico, has evolved into Grovyle. Grovyle! I love Grovyle. The HOENN starters are incredible. I think Grovyle is probably one of my favorite middle evolution starter Pokemon. He's a really cool guy. And ironically, my favorite Pokemon of all time, Blaziken, that middle evolution Pokemon, is probably my least favorite of every starter in existence. One of them, anyways. Ironic, right? Anyways, upon evolving, Basil is going to learn Fury Cutter. Now, this isn't a great move, because it's only 10 power and it has a 5% chance to miss, and as you guys know, that means it has a 95% chance to miss. However, it's really decent if I can find a right use for it, and Leer I don't see finding a use for, so I'm going to get rid of Leer. Fury Cutter might be great. It might save us in a situation where there happens to be something that we need a bug-type move for. I don't know. It's a possibility. And I don't know. It's something to consider, so I'm going to go ahead and teach it like I did there. Who knows? Maybe it'll be useful at some point. So with that being said, I'm actually going to go ahead and wait to fight these trainers till we get our Pokenav. Not because of what I said in that fight about numbers or anything, but I do want to go ahead and wait just because I want to go back to the Pokemon Center and heal. And I say while we're in Rustboro City, I probably should just go ahead and get the Pokenav. I don't have a choice. When I go there, they're going to immediately drag me in, aren't they? We avoided a Pokemon, we're so good. Yeah, we're gonna come back to this guy. He's gonna be like, thank you, you got my Devon goods. Thank you so much. And he's gonna give me another Great Ball. You know what, guys? Ampharos isn't great. Wingull aren't great. This guy's great. Get it? Because he gives me Great Balls all the time. You know what I mean? It'd be funny if, like, the final time you run into this guy, he gives you an Ultra Ball. He's upgrading from Great to Ultra. Ampharos or Ultra? You know what I'm saying? It's the old meme rearing its ugly sheep head. You know, think about it. Look at Ampharos. The sheep is the ugliest thing you've ever seen. It's not even a sheep. It's like a long-necked sheep boy, and I hate it. It's awful. It's terrible. Wingull is actually not that bad. Wingull is pretty alright. They're annoying, and they're not that great until later, like down in future, until Gen 7, honestly, but anyways, this guy is Mr. Stone. He's the president of the Devon Corporation. He's adjusting his tie as we speak. He's like, I got a word for you. You saved our staff not once, but twice. I got a favor to ask of an amazing person like you. I understand you're delivering a package to Slateport's shipyard. Well, on the way, can you drop off in Dewford? I need you to go ahead and talk to my son. That's his son, yeah. To his son, Steven, in Dewford. He's going to give us a letter. It's directed to Steven Stone. And yeah, I'm not going to open the letter because if I do, I'll get a game over and I'll die. You know, I know we're getting on a boat to get to Dewford, not a train, but it's kind of the same idea, right? Somebody tell me you know that reference, and you will literally get your comment pinned. I'll be so happy. I doubt it, though. Actually, I made a reference to it earlier in the game, episode. Like, to that game, not just, they've already commented, I know what it is, duh, like there's 100 of you. Either way, we got ourselves the Pokenav. Actually, we don't. We do. Never mind. Oh, he healed me. Wait, did I not? Oh, I did. I didn't even realize he gave me a phone. Okay. Giving a 10-year-old a phone. That would be a good joke if this was 10 years ago, but like every 10-year-old nowadays has a phone, which honestly, don't get me started. I think it's really sad. I don't think a kid should have a phone until they're like at least 13, 14. That's just my opinion anyways. Like, you see like 6-year-olds with like a smartphone. Honestly, I shouldn't say anything because there might be some 6-year-olds out there on a smartphone that they own watching my YouTube videos. But, disregard. I don't know. Maybe for, like, internet usage, but not for, like, phone calls. Like, their mom should be able to put their numbers in, and, like, it's their buddies only. But, like, there's a lot of bad things that can happen out there by giving a look at a phone. Anyways, you know what I mean. But luckily, we got one in this situation, because we're a responsible 10-year-old named Bianca, and we've got a team of awesome Pokemon, and we need to be able to call some Pokemon trainers, you know? Like, oh, yeah, we gotta go ahead and call... Like, this guy's telling me, call my boss. Okay, I'll call Devon President Mr. Stone. Oh, Bianca, since you called me, the Pokénav must be working perfectly. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, he's looking down at me. You're looking down on me, Mr. Stone? Well, if that's the case, why don't I just not deliver your letter? What's it even say? Can you open the letter? I've never tried. You can? What? What? Dad's advice. Bianca, there's a time and place for everything. My dad's telling me I'm not supposed to open other people's mail. I know it's illegal, but I would like to see what his dad wrote to Steven. It will forever be a mystery. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and heal, and we're gonna go ahead and fight the rest of the trainers that we can fight on Route 116 with Cut. Okay, guys, we're done. I need help. I should just cut that. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that. No, I'm gonna leave it. Probably didn't cut that, guys, but you know, that's okay. I'm a little sporadic, is that what you would say? I'm pretty ecstatic most of the time, yeah? Makes sense? I should do a double battle with Finny and Busan, but I'm not. I'm living life on the edge, folks. You know why I did it? Because I know one of these guys has a Ralts, and I know that's not dangerous. So we only gotta focus on one Pokemon, and I'm guessing that one of the Pokemon's gonna be a grass type. Janice and Jerry. That's literally hilarious. I don't know why. Oh, a Meryl? That's only level 9. Never mind. So we're good. If it was like level 15, I'd have been worried because, you know, Rollout would probably one-shot Busan, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it just for the funsies because why not? We're not gonna get to use Rollout with Finny very much at all, so why not roll out into a nice Ralts? Crush that Ralts into oblivion, please. Roll on out, Finny. My Finny's rolling out, my guys. Come on, it's great. Tail Whip. Excuse me, Meryl. You're not allowed to use Tail Whip. I forbid it. Don't you know that? Oh, yeah, and it gives us both a defense drop. Oh no, Ralts is going to use Explosion. Watch out! It's gonna make use of that defense drop, guys! Oh, Janice and Jerry, you guys are not the best trainers in the world, I'm just telling you. You guys probably need, you know, the trainer's school. I can give you directions. Take like 12 steps west, 10 steps south, and you'll be able to find it. No problem. It's in Rustboro City, and you guys desperately need it. Finny just doing phenomenal work, my dude. Literally, I can't hit with moves. If it doesn't say accuracy 100, I'm missing with it. I don't want to use that again. I'm going to use Water Gun just to finish this off as quickly as possible. It's a Ralts, Finny, Busan. Also, apparently, when I say Finny and Busan, it sounds like I'm calling a Finnian Busan. You know what I'm saying? The Pokemon Finneon, Busan, you know what I'm saying? I wish that Pokemon was in this game, because if that was the case, it would have been the best. Anyways, now that I'm realizing this, seeing Jerry give me his number there, which is really creepy, by the way, I realize I have to go ahead and check these guys for some numbers, because if you don't have the Pokénav before you... Well, by the time you fight somebody, they won't give you your number. You have to re-talk to them to get the number. Do any of these guys give me their number? I don't want his number, but I want this guy's number. No, I want this guy's number. He was an easy fight. Well, I guess I don't get anybody's number. Wow, it's just like... Well, I guess it's just like being a 21-year-old, right? It's normal. Well, 21-year-old nerd. My bad, guys. Anyways, I don't think there's any items down here. Hidden items, by the way, I mean, is what I meant. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this tree. There's an item over here. It's not a hidden item, but I think it's a rare candy. This is the first rare candy we're gonna get? It's an ether. Wait, I feel like there's a rare candy around here. My rare candy senses are tingling. They're tingling desperately. I feel like a kid in a candy mound. I was gonna say something funny. Get it? Candy mound, because it's like a dirt mound, but it's got candy in it. I digress. Anyways, there's some pineapple berries here. I don't actually know what they do. What do they do? I think they're just like a Poffin, not a Poffin. A Pokeblock ingredient, right. We might make Pokeblocks, I don't know, maybe. Like, I don't see yeah, there's no need, but there's Chesto berries. Chesto berries, they're Chesto Besto berries. They're incredible. They actually have a lot of really good uses down the line. Like, if I get Rest, I could make really good use of Chesto Resto. You know, my boys. We could, why am I being so extraordinarily weird today? Probably because I hadn't recorded for a couple of days. Whatever, we're done here. All right, this guy gives me his number. Whatever. I thought that said badges are a sign of toughness, but it said bandages are a sign of toughness. Don't quite agree, my little dude, but that's okay. Speaking of little dude, I went back to my cousin's house today, and I held the baby. I posted pictures of him on the Twitters. He's a pretty adorable baby, and his name is Kai. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He looks like he was terrified of me because, I mean, most babies are terrified of me. All babies stare at me. Have I told you guys this? I have at one point in time, I'm sure. But every child under the age of like 6, they just stare at me. I'm very scary looking, apparently. I don't know why, but anyways, there is one thing that we have to do. You'll see this geek. He's kind of like standing in the middle of the road looking around. He's looking for me. I'm going to hide behind the sign. Don't tell him I'm here. I'm going to ambush him. I do have to fight him. It's an optional rival battle. I can skip town, not even look at him, not even think twice about fighting him. But I do have to fight him. It's a requirement to fight everybody, and I do require the optional trainer battles, including my optional rival battle. It's the only one of the 5. There's only 5 rival battles in this game. He's a pretty pathetic rival, if you ask me, most of the time. The fight after this one is one of the most deadly rival battles in any Pokemon game ever. And I'm not actually sure who I'm going to fight him with. I think he has 3 Pokemon. For some reason, I recall him having a Torkoal, but I know that's not the case because he has Torchic, meaning he's not going to have Torkoal, obviously. But I don't know who I want to fight him with. He obviously have Torchic. I think he has Lotad at this point. So I'm going to do it with Finny and Busan. And I'm going to lead with Busan because I don't think he leads with his Torchic. So I'm going to go ahead and give Busan really quick an Oranberry. And then we're going to go ahead and have our second rival battle of the challenge. I'm not really worried he should be a joke. Let's talk to him. Hey, Bianca, what's up? You had a match call feature put into your Pokénav? Awesome. Let's register each other so we can get in touch anytime. Click. Registered Brendan in the Pokénav. Awesome. He just wanted my number, you know. Of course he does. I'm awesome. That's all you wanted, Brendan? Oh, wait. By the way, Bianca, I walked by Mr. Briney in Petalburg Woods. I bet he was on his way home to his cottage by the sea. Bianca, how's your Pokedex? Have you filled in any pages yet? Mine rules. Want to have a battle to test how far we've progressed? Sure, let's do it. I know you just became a trainer, but I won't go easy. Time for the second rival battle of our Pokemon Emerald No Healing in Battle Wedlocke Challenge versus Pokemon trainer and rival Brendan here in Rustboro City. Let's do this, and he does have a Lotad, I was right. It's a water grass type, level 13, and I need your help, Busan. We should be able to take this thing down no problem at all with a nice mighty wind of gust. Hit it, Busan. And that's all it took, and that's it for Lotad. Awesome. All right, and that should only leave his starter. And his final Pokemon is his ace, and that is his Torchic that we fought earlier with Basil. Get back, Busan. Let's go, Finny. All right, Queen Finny, you show this Torchic what a Meryl's got. All right, we didn't get a Mudkip, but we do have a water type in Queen Finny, and we're going to hit it with a water gun. We're evenly matched since it's level 15, but we are a water type, so it's not as even as he would like. It's going to go for Ember, which isn't great, and it didn't burn me, which it doesn't really matter because we're speed tied. No, it's just faster, and we have the Quick Claw. That's right. All right, water gun, Finny. Only should take one more to take this Torchic on out of here. He's got no chance of taking Finny down. The Quick Claw is taking effect over and over, which I really like to see. And unless he uses items, he's done next turn. All right, Queen Finny, hit it one more time and finish this fight off. It's going to use its energy and focus it really well right before it hits the ground. Water gun, Finny. And that's it for Torchic and Brendan. All right. It's just an optional fight. It's not difficult by any means, but I have to fight it. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I get everything out of the way, and he's one of them that I have to knock out. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, you know Mr. Briney, the guy I just passed? I bet you didn't know this since you just moved here, Bianca, but Mr. Briney was once a great sailor. That's it? That's all you have to tell me? I don't know if you know this, but he's a great sailor. That's not how you end a conversation. Walk up to somebody that you just met and be like, I know you just moved here and all, but you know that guy over there? He's a really nice dude. And you just walk away. It makes no sense, Brendan. It's just, what do you have? You have something else to tell me? By the way, you know, he just says the same crap. And then if they ask you what are you talking about and say the same thing you literally just said. How to make friends 101. All right, I say Twitchy, you just gave me a repel. You're great. I'm going to go ahead and let my boy Twitchy play. I I need help. All right, we're gonna go ahead and, yeah, there's one more place to cut before we enter the Petalburg Woods, and that is over here. We can cut this tree. I forget what's here. I never really get it in a casual playthrough because I don't teach cut. But in this playthrough, I want to fight everybody. What do we have? An X accuracy. We hit the jackpot! It sucks. It's unusable. I have to sell it. I mean, 50 polka dollars. Can you guys say we be rich? No, we are not rich. We're actually probably fairly broke. Well, I haven't really spent any money. How much dollars does Bianca have? Enough to make her holler? I didn't see. No. She's got 11.5K. Literally the richest girl on the block. She's like Jenny, but she's rich. I need to stop. I gotta realize, my audience is much younger than me, and I need to stop making stupid references that nobody gets. I'm not gonna stop, it's fun. This girl, if I talk to her, she's gonna go ahead and be like, you must be a trainer, you gotta use this item. She's gonna give me a miracle seed, which is actually a miracle to get at this point in the game if you started with Trico, which is exactly what we did. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap on Basil. I'm gonna go ahead and give Basil a nice seed full of miracles. He needs a miracle to make it to the end of the game, and maybe this seed is the miracle that he's looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Oranberry from Busan, since we're not, I want to save them, and I don't see a need for him to have it in before Brawly, so. Here's a Great Ball. I mean, that guy that we've saved, the guy that we've called the Great Guy or whatever, he probably took a nap over there and dropped one of his balls. I'm glad we found it. Okay, what is this? An X attack. We keep hitting the X jackpot, guys. It's like the slot machine doesn't have 777. You hit that thing. I realized that where that was going wasn't very good. You pull the jackpot thing, and instead of 777, it said XXX. It made sense, at least, right? It was a good one. Well, right now it would be XX. We have to find another X item. I'm gonna let it go. Let's talk to Briny. Hold on. Before we go with Briny, he says, you want to sail with me because you saved Pico? I'll take you to Dewford. Is he just gonna take me right away? I mean, do I waste time? No, I'm not gonna waste time. I was gonna block him off from Pico and let Pico follow him. It's always fun in games until your Wingull gets hurt, but I didn't feel like wasting my time. We got a lot of stuff to do this episode. And that is the ride to Dewford here in our boat. And the boat's gonna halt. I got a phone call, stop the boat! All right, no, it's our dad. He's like, hey, I heard from Devon that you got a Pokénap, so you gotta I had to give you a call. All right, you got my number now, thanks. Bye, Dad. Yeah, we got our dad's number. We had to stop the boat for that one, guys. You can go now, Briny. I apologize. I know this is like very inconvenient for you, but I'm sorry. We're in Dewford Town, guys, or Dewford Island, as you should call it. It's not a town. I guess it's a little seaside town. Whatever. We can get ourselves an old rod by talking to this dude. This is a renowned fishing spot. Are you getting the itch to fish? Yes, I am. Give me one of your rods. He gave me an old rod. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And he'll tell me how to fish, but I don't need his help. He sucks. All he did was give me an old rod, and I could never care to speak to him again. So, now that we are in Dewford Town, there's actually some really cool things to do. Before we hit the Pokemon Center, you can come into this house, talk to this guy right here, and get an awesome item. Gorge your eyes on this, he says. It's a silk scarf. It's right at the cutting edge of fashion. Yes. Oh, I can see your eyes twinkling. Yes, I can. Because I've got somebody who needs some fashion in his life, guys. Can you say our boy Twitchy needs a nice, silky, smooth scarf around his neck? I do. So we're gonna give Twitchy a nice, fashionable scarf. Stella's like, oh yeah, my boy Twitchy is looking fabulous. Yes, I'm never gonna do that again, I promise. All right. There is not a Pokemon on Dewford, unfortunately, but there is a Pokemon Center, and I do want to go ahead and heal at it, just so we can make this the last place we were at. I know we don't have Fly yet, but I believe this will put Fly on the map when we get it. Putting places on the map, one town at a time. You can thank us later. Anyways, we've got some cool things to do here. I want to go ahead and get an encounter in the Granite Cave, but I don't know what I can get. I was going to look it up, and I know I want to get in the basement, so there's no reason to, do I have a repel? I don't think I have one. And there's no Pokemart here. Ah! I'll be back when I get back from Petalburg. Alright guys, I am back from Petalburg, and I'm glad that I did go because being off screen I was able to look up the encounters for the Granite Cave, and I'm very glad that I did because of knowing that Sableye is more common in the very deep basement, which is good to know because I want to go for Sableye. I think it's the most unique thing there, and why not actually aim for it? So that's what I'm going to be doing. I want Aeron the most, but if I get a Sableye, hallelujah! The only other things that I can get in there are Geodude and Abra, which are much more common than Sableye, but I'd rather not get them as I have used them before on the channel. Abra I'd like to get the least because I probably wouldn't actually end up catching it. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and fight these fishermen out front of the Granite Cave before we actually make our way inside. There's not much to do in Granite Cave. There's no actual trainer battles. There's just a whole bunch of Pokemon that we can go ahead and hopefully catch. Actually, only one Pokemon that we can actually catch, but you know what I mean. There's plenty of Pokemon that we have to pick from. Well, hope for, I guess you could say, because we don't actually get to pick what we get. What we get is kind of determined when I enter. Hopefully, it's something awesome. I went for Tackle there because it's not a special attack. I think it'll do more than Bite. We'll find out because Bite will knock it out if it does more than Tackle. And if not, it won't because Tackle was a 2-hit KO. And if oh, we're poisoned and confused. Farley, you got yourself here in a bit of a sticky situation. Don't use Wrap. Oh yeah, it couldn't. I went first. Derp. Wait! Basil's weak to poison. What have I done? What have I done? I have to switch. So Basil being evolved and 5 levels higher should be able to take a Poison Sting fine. It does worry me though. I'm pretty terrified, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it did fine. I didn't think so. Poison Sting's really weak. It didn't poison me, which is phenomenal. We can go ahead and quick attack and take it out. Alright, it worried me a little bit there if we were wrapped in or something. I don't think it gets wrapped, though. I think it just has Constrict, which doesn't trap you. It just does damage over time, so that's fine. It could have been sketchy, but everything was alright. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use an antidote right away. I'm not going to go back to the Pokemon Center. I really don't feel like it. And I think we have a Super Potion. No, I'm just going to use a Hyper Potion. I know that's a waste. I got him from Twitchy, but it doesn't matter. By the time we need Hyper Potions, I'll be able to buy them. So I'm not really concerned. Alright, well, that's not true, actually. But we're never going to need one, so it's fine. Alright, we got this guy to fight. He's the last guy. Which do you prefer, fishing in the sea or a stream? I don't really like fishing at all. I mean, if I'm going to go fishing in a canoe or a kayak is pretty cool, I guess. Going kayaking is pretty fun. I used to do that with my family. I haven't gone for a really long time, but we used to go to this really awesome campgrounds called Mohican. We call it Mohegan, but it's actually Mohican. It's like M-O-H-E-C-A-N. I used to always spell it Mohegan when I was a little kid, because, you know, I didn't actually look it up. But yeah, it's Mohican, it's a pretty cool place. I like it a lot. We haven't gone for quite some time. I don't like camping, really. I'm one of those people I really cannot stand to be dirty. I hate it. I really don't like it, which is ironic because I really want to go on Survivor, but I'd put up with it. You know, for Survivor, I don't care. You're there for the game, you're not there for the survival, which is sad because when the show started, you were there for the survival aspect, but now the game has evolved so much that you're sitting, like, everybody wants to play the game. They barely even show the survival aspect of it anymore, just because nobody cares anymore. I mean, the people that used to watch it, like, way back in the day obviously do, because, like, the game's changed a lot for them, but like, people that are hardcore into game show, well, not game, I don't like calling it a game show, but shows like that and Big Brother definitely, like, strive for the gameplay, and that's kind of how I am. Not kind of, like, that's very much how I am. Anyways, this guy's gonna give me his number. I don't really care about him. Fisherman Elliot sparked a great conversation about camping and Survivor, so you know what? I'll add him. Not that I have a choice. He kind of, like, took my phone from me and said, "Give me your phone. I'm adding you on the Pokenav." Before there was Facebook. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do this catching thing with Basil. I didn't want to, but there's nothing that anything in there would be able to do to Basil. There's an item right here. It's a Stardust. I knew that. Oh, speaking of Stardust, I sold a whole bunch of items off screen, all the X items. I bought 10 more Pokeballs and got a Premier Ball for it. I sold tiny mushrooms, things like that, things that needed to be sold, things with no use. And I bought repels, of course, so we could enter here and get our Pokemon in the basement. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a repel here. And just keep repelling until we're at the bottom and hope for the best. And at the start of the cave, this guy's like, hey, it gets awfully dark up ahead. You're gonna go ahead and need this thing called Flash. Not me, though. We're gonna get HM05 Flash, but I'm never actually gonna use it. I don't need it. I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up. And I'm going to go ahead and get to the bottom of... We'll get to the end of the cave without flash because, like I said, no need. I've played this game so many times. I know the layout like the back of my hand, honestly. I know it better than the back of my hand. I don't know what's on the back of my hand. Who pays attention to that? Anyways, this isn't the basement that I was talking about. There's a place you can go with the mock bike, but just head all the way to the right and then head down, then head right, then head down, then head right, and you're at the ladder. And that's all we need. This is the bottom floor of the Granite Cave. Oh, there actually is a trainer in here. What am I talking about? I forgot about that. Anyways, we can get ourselves an encounter. I really want an Aeron or a Sableye. Anything other than that, I don't want, but Sableye would be the coolest thing that I could get. Actually, Farley needs to be healed. If we do find a Sableye, they have Nightshade, and if I have to switch, I want to be able to switch to my partner and not be worried about it, so I am going to use that last healing item. Oh well, it was the Hyper Potion, who cares? Alright, my encounter for the Granite Cave could potentially be... Aw, that sucks. Oh well, we got a Zubat. So, because of my previous Game Clause rule being reset, this is the first Pokemon that is now eligible because I didn't use it in Omega Ruby. The Zubat, Golbat, and Crobat that was on my previous Game Clause list in the past was from a game other than Omega Ruby, meaning Zubat is eligible to be captured once again. Unfortunately, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use Pursuit. I don't think it'll knock it out, and if it does, I'm gonna be really upset. Okay, we're good. Perfect range, honestly. I could get it better, obviously, but it's perfect range where I know I'm not going to knock it out. I'm going to go ahead and throw away Great Ball at it. I don't want to deal with this thing. I just want to catch it and get it done with. And we caught a Zubat. All right. It's obviously not what I wanted by the way that I sound, but who knows? It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time when it fully evolves. It'll get a little bit of light shown on it once again. Hopefully. Anyways, Zubat is, surprise, surprise, the bat Pokemon. While living in pitch black caverns, their eyes gradually grew shut and deprived them of vision. They use ultrasonic waves to detect obstacles. I'm gonna go ahead and check my naming list, which is anything other than main characters from the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy. I'll check that list for a name for the Zubat and I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, I've got a really great name for this thing, honestly. It's not being named after a bat, but it's actually being named after a small green spider-like creature from the realm in Spyro 2 called Crystal Glacier. And they're spiders, but the name of these spiders actually sound a lot like a Zubat. You'll know what I mean when you hear the name. It's fairly fitting if you ask me, and I think it's a great name for this Zubat that we have here. And the name of the small green spider-like creatures from the realm Crystal Glacier in Spyro 2, and the name I'm giving this Zubat is Draclet. We have Draclet, the Zubat, which I think Draclet is an awesome name for a Zubat. They suck blood. It sounds like Dracula. Draclet, the Zubat, is gone to our PC. And it was placed in the mails box, which we'll fix when we get back there. So, what would have my encounter been if it wasn't that Zubat? If Zubat wasn't allowed in this playthrough like the previous playthroughs that I've done, what would have been my encounter? A Sableye? Are you kidding me? No! I'm gonna catch it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm obviously not allowed. I'm just messing around. But that's disappointing. I'm really disappointed about that. Like, it's genuinely disappointment for me, honestly. Really sad. Really, really disappointing. Maybe we'll get one during training. Not gonna happen, but you know what I mean. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our Queen Finny up front. Twitchy, do you have an item? All right, the Silk Scarf. I forgot. At least I don't have to check him anymore. And that's disappointing. I didn't Spray Repel, did I? I don't want to because I want a shiny chance. But I know it's not gonna happen, so I might as well save myself some time. Alright, we got a trainer battle up here. I think there's a guy, a hiker or something. I know there's an Everstone on this rock, which I don't have any use for, but it's there. I'm not gonna use it in this playthrough, obviously, because I'm not gonna not evolve my Pokemon. Maybe there's just a hiker here in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I know they have Rollout in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it actually killed one of my Pokemon in my original... Well, in my first ever Wedlocke that I ever did, killed my Whismur. I remember that. Yeah, that was the first Wedlocke that I ever did, so that was unfortunate. Anyways, let's go ahead here and deliver that letter to Stephen Stone. My name is Stephen. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter from me? Yeah, we got your letter. It's from your dad. I tried to open it, but my dad told me it's not cool to open your letter that your dad gave you, so I hope you never open any letters my dad gives me. Not that he'll ever write to me. He doesn't love me. He loves Wally better. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and give me a TM that contains his favorite move, being Steel Wing. And we get TM 47, Steel Wing, which is really good. It'll be great down the line if we get any Pokemon that can learn it, and definitely some type coverage down the line for, like, big fights. Nothing that I want to waste on a Pokemon right now. Not that anybody can learn it. I know Busan can't. There's literally no way. And if it can, I'm going to actually be really shocked. So let's go ahead and see. Can anybody learn Steel Wing? I didn't think so. That's fine, though. I don't want to teach it right now anyways. I want to save it, like I said. All right, with that being said, we can go ahead and leave the Granite Cave, and there's nothing left for us to do except fight Brawly before we leave Dewford, obviously. But I'm not going to be fighting Brawly before I leave Dewford. I want to go ahead and skip him just for a short amount of time. I know we can get ourselves an encounter here with the Old Rod, and actually that's what I'm going to do. I know that we can only get one thing. Are we in Dewford still? Yeah. So we can only get one thing here, and that is a Tentacool. So Magikarp isn't allowed. I'm going to go ahead and register the Old Rod, cast out my rod, and I'll see you guys when I find a Tentacool. They're not that rare, but it might take me a couple of tries. So I'll see you guys when I find one. Alright, it only took a couple of encounters, and we got ourselves a female Tentacool. So our PC is going to be filled with females other than our lone male being our Tailo Gobble. That's okay. I would attack it. Don't trust myself. I'm going to attack it. Hopefully it doesn't knock it out. Yeah, I didn't think so. Right. Finny does not have huge power. Finny has very weak power. So we can attack it a couple of times, I guess. Tackle a few times. There we go. And hopefully we don't miss. I'll do one more time. I don't think I'll knock it out if I crit it. I should put it in, like, really low red if I crit it, which would be honestly perfect. Don't hit yourself, Finny. Thank you very much. We hit the Tentacool, and it's in a good range to catch it. I'm going to go ahead and catch this thing in just a regular Pokeball. I'll throw a Great Ball if it doesn't catch it, though. All right, we did. Nice work, Finny. We got ourselves a Tentacool. Tentacool. We have a Tentacool. Tentacool is the jellyfish Pokemon. Its body is almost entirely composed of water. It ensnares its foe with its two long tentacles and then stabs with the poison stingers at their tips. That was my dog. He's having a dream. Dog's dream. Yeah. I don't know if you even heard that, but it's possible. Yeah, you probably definitely hear that. Anyways, I'm going to check that list that I referred to earlier for a name for this Tentacool, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, guys, I don't see a very fitting name on this list for a Tentacool, but I found one that I really like. It's actually being named after an egg from Spyro 3. In Spyro 3, there are like 150 eggs that you can collect, and each egg has a name. They hatch a dragon, and it's a baby dragon, and they all have a name that comes with it. I picked out a handful of female egg names and a handful of male egg names, and since this is a female Tentacool, I'm going to be naming it after a female egg. And it's actually a reference to one of my favorite TV shows of all time called H2O. H2O, obviously, is a show about water, but it's actually about mermaids. And one of these female names is actually a name of my favorite of the three mermaids on H2O. And I think it's fitting because it's jellyfish, mermaids, it's kind of the same thing, right? Not really, but there were plenty of jellyfishes in H2O, so I see a connection there somewhat. And the name of the character from H2O, the name of the female egg, and the name I'm giving this Tentacool is Ricky. We have Ricky the Tentacool, which I think is pretty sweet. It's a name I've always wanted to give to a Pokemon, but I've never found one that fit. And this one doesn't fit greatly, but it fits for this list. So we have Ricky the Tentacool. Pretty sweet. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the two Pokemon we caught before we make our way to the Name Raider, so I don't forget between this and the next episode. Oh, in this episode. You know what I mean. Alright, and we'll move them to the female boxes as well. We have Draclet the Zubat, which can go right next to Aster, our female Whismur, and Ricky the Tentacool. Nobody has a hidden held item. Man, I've been playing too much RPGs. Alright, anyways, we have Draclet with a Careful Nature and Inner Focus. It's the only ability that it can have. And a Serious Tentacool with Liquid Ooze. Liquid Ooze isn't the better one, I don't think. There's another one. Clear Body. Yeah, Clear Body would be so much better. Oh well. Alright, that's our new Pokemon that we caught, and they'll be there if any females happen to die. Alright, let's go ahead and take Mr. Briny's boat once again, and make a beeline to Slateport. I'm not going to fight anybody over there. I'm not going to actually do anything over there until we beat Brawly, other than make our way to the Name Raider. I just want to go ahead and properly give Stella her name. It's been a long time coming. It's actually not been that long, but I'd like to get her named Stella for real. For anybody that happens to be catching this series right now and doesn't know why she's named Mokkou, and it's Stella on the layout and quotations, I named her Mokkou, and I regretted it immediately after. I wanted to name her Stella, which is also on the list, and it's just a far more fitting nickname than Mokkou, and I really want to go ahead and do her justice and name her the name that she should have been given from the start. So we're going to go ahead and avoid all of these nerds on the beach and make our way to the Name Raider, who happens to reside here in Slateport City. And we have reached Slateport City. And if we come all the way up here, there's a house by the Pokemon Center where you can rename your Pokemon, and it's right here. This is the Name Raider of Pokemon Emerald and the HOENN region. Let's talk to him. Hi, I'm the Name Raider. I'm the fortune teller of names. I shall be pleased to rate your Pokemon's nickname. I need you to rate my Lombre Mokkou, or Stella's nickname. Oh, yes, Mokkou is it. That's a fine name you bestowed upon it. But I think there's a better name out there for her. You know what that name is? Yes, I do. The name I should have given Mokkou the Lotad at the beginning of the game is after a hula girl from the realm Idle Springs in Spyro 2. A hula girl is kind of the same thing as the female Ludicolo. They're a dancer. I think it's the best name that I could have ever given a Pokemon like Lombre, Ludicolo, and Lotad. And we are officially naming our Lombre Stella. We have Stella, the official Stella, the Lombre. Done! From now on, this Pokemon shall be known as Stella. It is a better name than before. How fortunate for you. And if we look at our party, she is finally actually named Stella. I think that's a phenomenal place to end this episode off. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Wedlocks like Pokemon Emerald, feel free to subscribe. And in the next episode, we're going to get everybody on the team trained up to the level limit on screen so we can take on the second gym leader of the game, the fighting type gym leader, Brawly. So, until then, I'll see you guys next time. It would mean the world to me if you hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this. I'd love to hit over 50 likes on a regular episode like this. It's a big goal for me, but I think that'd be really awesome. You guys almost did it on episode 3, and it just means the world to me. And if you guys have been lurking for some time and weren't sure if you wanted to subscribe, definitely do. It would mean the world to me, and it'd mean everything. It'd make me very happy. I love it to see when you guys subscribe, and when you guys are lurking and you haven't commented for a while, and you say, hey, I've been watching for a while, I haven't commented. That stuff means the world to me. Anyways, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.